Hi, I'm Coach CoachClemens, and welcome to another edition of Tips for a Perfect Season. In our last segment, we talked about practice plans and what goes into a good one. In this segment, we're going to talk about what you get out of having a good written practice plan. So first off, yes, practice plan ideally should be written down. Big reason for this is that the mental process of actually writing it down forces you to think in a more linear fashion the way your practice is going to play out from beginning to end. As coaches, especially as experienced coaches, the more experience we get, the better we get at winging things, and we can get by with that from time to time. But actually putting it down in writing forces us to really think through each part of the plan, of the practice, and what we're trying to get out of it. I know a number of times I've thought, oh yeah, I've got it all right in my head. And when I actually start writing it down, I find that I have holes in my plan and things that I would have forgotten to do, or conflicts in terms of where players were going to need to be at certain times. That I wanted to work with pitchers at a certain time, and I also wanted to do hitting, but the way that I was going to be doing that, I was going to have kids at two places at once. So a good written plan helps you execute a better practice, and it also helps you remember everything that you need to say and do. I know a number of times I've realized that there were things that I needed to say to the entire team or to small groups of kids or maybe even to individual kids, and because I didn't write it down, I forgot during practice, and that would have been the perfect time to go through it with them, and the moment is lost. And I remember I'm only on my drive back home or as I go to bed that night, it's like, oh, dang, I forgot to do that. If you write it down, less chance you're going to forget it. Another reason why a written plan is good is I give my assistant coaches a copy of it before practice. We start going through it and talk about it as the kids are warming up. That gets them more involved, helps them see how they're going to contribute throughout practice, and maybe most importantly, I get their ideas and suggestions on other things we need to do, ways that we could improve things. Finally, a written plan buys you credibility with parents. Now, I don't share my practice plan with parents. If I have a parent that asks me to see it, it's certainly no secret. I'm happy to share it with them. But most of the parents know that I have a written practice plan. What that does is it tells them that the time is well spent, that I'm spending time teaching, that I'm organized, and I have a sequential plan of things that I'm trying to help this team accomplish. Just buys me credibility. And that's something that is worth its weight in gold throughout the season, that if you have the benefit of the doubt with parents, you're in great shape. And a written practice plan is a good way to put funds into that account. Well, this has been Tips for a Perfect Season. Thanks for tuning in. I will make a plug again for my book, A Perfect Season, A Coach's Journey to Learning, Competing, and Having Fun in Youth Baseball. Thanks for tuning in, and here's to your perfect season.